Patrick, you're going to make cinnamon buns. Now they're a perfect tea time treat, but what's the secret to a really good cinnamon bun?
The secret to a great cinnamon bun is the dough. We want to make like a soft, rich, sweet, buttery dough. So to get us started, we need 500 grams of strong bread flour.
Okay.
Strong flour is much higher in protein, which means it's got a higher gluten content, which means we can get it much more elastic, it's going to be stretchier, and it's going to really help our end product.
Okay.
So once we've got our flour, we want to take a teaspoon of salt, add that straight in, just want to mix that in.
Right.
And now here we're using like fast active yeast, so a teaspoon and a half.
You're using dried yeast. Does it matter what sort of yeast you use?
Not really. The thing with fresh yeast, you need more of it. So this is 1.5 teaspoons of dried, be 15 grams of fresh. The one thing to know about yeast is, in concentrated amounts, salt will kill it. So never put yeast in direct contact with salt. That's why you always mix your salt in.
Ah, okay.
At this stage, we're going to grab some soft butter, about 75 grams. You don't really want it straight from your fridge, a little bit softer. We're just going to get straight in and kind of rub it through our fingers. By doing this, you're kind of coating the flour like in those fat molecules. And then as we need it, we're going to build up all those little layers of butter.
So you don't have to wait till it's all incorporated.
No.
You can leave little bits in it like that.
Because as we need it, we're going to really work that into the dough. Then we're going to get 50 grams of brown sugar. So this is going to give our dough a lovely sweetness. So again, just mix it in. And just kind of rub your fingers, lift it up. You're getting like lots of air into it. So now, make a little well in the center. We're going to take 1 beaten egg.
Pour it all in?
Yeah, straight in. And now we're going to add in 200 mils of milk.
Okay.
If you wanted, you could easily use water, but like milk is a little bit more luxury. It's got a little bit more velvety finish to it.
Let's go with the luxury.
Just hold it a little bit back, and we have more if we need it. Just grab yourself a spatula. I'm just going to mix till like all the ingredients come together.
Okay.
Just the dough roughly comes together, and then we're going to get out on the surface and get kneading.
From here, you could make it into any little buns, little iced buns.
Oh, this dough, like it's a great kind of stepping stone to like loads of different things. Just as your basic quite sweet dough, this one's a winner.
Fantastic.
We're just going to get it out.
Yep.
If you just have a little feel of that dough. So you can feel.
Yeah, it's quite hard, isn't it?
It is a little bit, and this needs a touch more milk.
Right, okay. So you just put the milk all over it or in the middle?
Just trail on a little bit, not all of it.
Like that?
Because you want your dough to be really soft and supple. If you find that your dough is a little bit tight, don't be afraid to add a little bit more liquid.
And if you suddenly put too much milk, can you knead it out, or would you put a bit more flour? What would you do?
People always reach for the flour and dump it in.
Yeah.
But don't, kind of like stick with it.
And see if
give it a
you
chance.
like it.
Once you hydrate flour, like add any liquid to it, immediately the gluten strands form.
Yep.
And simply, what I want to do is really work that gluten, get it really stretchy and elastic. Don't hold back, just really get stuck in. Get your body into full range of motion. Have a go?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to develop your own little technique.
Yeah.
You really just want to stretch it, pull it back and keep it moving.
Okay. I love it. I found my new favourite thing to do. Can you tell?
Beat up dough.
And how long does this process take?
You're going to be roughly kneading it for about 8-10 minutes. The harder you work it, obviously the quicker it's going to be done. Don't worry if it doesn't come together and it takes 15 minutes, that's fine. It's always going to take longer the first time. So what we're looking for, we can say 8-10 minutes.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the dough will tell you when it's ready. What we're doing is what we call the window pane. Pretty much, you're going to stretch it so the light almost passes through it. But you can see the way it's kind of tearing quite easily.
Yeah.
So it just means it's not quite there yet. But that's pretty much what we're looking for. So simply just going to bring our dough together.
I love that.
So our little baby's ready now. So you just grab yourself a clean bowl. Just a little drizzle of oil. Simply it just stops your dough from sticking. And now you just pop them into sleep. Just get a damp tea towel, drape it over the top, and then we'll leave it room temperature and leave it proof for an hour to an hour and a half. Okay, so while that's proving, we can get on and make our filling.
Okay.
So grab us a board. So you're gonna grab some prunes. for about 150 grams should cover that amount of dough. So we're just going to roughly chop them.
Okay.
Put that back in the bowl.
Yeah.
We use the zest and juice of an orange. And to finish that off, just 2 tablespoons of sugar.
We're using the white sugar?
We're going to use the caster sugar, yeah. Just throw it straight in and just give it a good mix. And if you can do this the night before, it'll sit. The longer it's still left to steep, the
right,
better.
okay.
It's as simple as that. That's pretty much it done. So all we're going to do is sit that to the side and let those lovely prunes soak up all that orange juice and zest. Okay, so next we're just going to make a sweet buttery paste, spread across our dough, cover the prunes and roll it up.
Okay.
So we need 100 grams of soft butter and 100 grams of brown sugar. That's going to go straight on top of the butter. And then to this then we're going to add 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So at this stage, literally all we're doing, use a fork or use a wooden spoon. We're just going to mix it all together. So all we're looking for is like a really soft, buttery paste consistency. So you can see already it's coming together.
Yeah.
If you feel like
it's quite thick, isn't it?
Simply, you just want something you can spread across your dough. That's exactly what we need. Let's see how he's doing. That's been proving for about 70 minutes. So you can see it's definitely double in size compared to what it was. So you can feel it. It's jumping back.
Oh yeah, springing back.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Perfect. So let's get this guy out. So now you can see it. It's much lighter. It's proved up.
Oh, it's lovely. It feels almost like foamy.
Yeah, so it's all that air that's trapped inside in it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to stretch it out.
Yeah.
It's like you're making an envelope.
Okay.
So we have an even surface to work with. Using your knuckles. Grab yourself a rolling pin.
Yep.
And all we're looking for to do is we're going to make kind of a rectangle roughly like that.
Okay.
Pretty much you're looking for about, say, the thickness of a pound coin. You just want to get it a little bit longer, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. That's it. So now we're ready for our butter paste. So if you want to grab that,
okay,
smooth it straight across. To be quite generous here.
Right, and just get it even.
Exactly, just an even coating all over. So we want to go all the way to the corners here. You don't want to be that person who gets the end bit and it's got no filling in it.
No.
And now if you want to grab the prunes, just going to sprinkle them all over.
Okay.
Just kind of an even spread across. So you can see already with that sugar and the juices from the prunes is making that little orangey syrup.
Wow.
And any of the excess juice, hold on to it. So we're going to make a little syrup at the end. So we can glaze the very top of it. So now, this is where you get that little spiral from. So all we're going to do is simply roll it up like you would a sausage.
Okay.
So initially, you just want to get it nice and tight at the beginning. So you're going to go from that end.
Yeah.
And see if we get a nice little tight spiral, it's going to really add to our finish. Now, because when we will come to slicing it, this will automatically try to stick a little bit.
Okay.
So you get a little dust in the flour.
Special dust there.
Fairy dust. And all we're going to do is sit that guy up. Okay, we need a roasting tray. All this is just a little bit of grease with your parchment paper. All you've done is put a little cut through the corners and then it'll fit straight in. So simply all we do now is just cut it. So you can see we've got a little spiral already.
Oh, lovely.
So all we're going to do is sit them in nice and snug together.
Okay.
So one last time, cloth again, just cover them over.
Yep.
So then, after about 35 minutes, they should look a little bit like this. Excellent, so you can see they've all proved into each other, all snugly fit in. Feeling out of it, actually it's much kind of lighter now, much softer. So just before you go into the oven, I'm going to give a little brush of egg wash. Pop it into an oven, 200 degrees, 10 minutes, drop the temperature right down, 180, 15 more minutes, and then we're done. While those little guys are in the oven, gives us a quick chance to make a very quick glaze so we can finish them off.
Okay.
we've just got our leftover juice from soaking the prunes in. And all we're going to add is, say, about 50 grams of sugar or so.
Okay.
Once it comes to the boil, just let it bubble away for a couple of minutes, and that's it, done.
Okay.
Oh, hello.
Oh, lovely.
So you can see like the nice and crisp on top, really soft and gooey in the middle, which is exactly what we want. So all that's left to do now is just give them one last shine.
Beautiful.
No, they're absolutely stunning.
Can we try one?
Go for it. See?
Oh. It's so squidgy and warm and delicious.
It's pretty hard to beat, really.
They really are.